and welcome to Geometry. This is going to be a lesson overview of 1.02. Okay, there are three undefined terms in geometry, so it's kind of like our building blocks for geometry. Those terms are point, line, and plane. Okay, so those are words that you need to make sure that you write down as key terms. Okay, again, that is point, line, and plane. Those are our undefined terms of geometry. Okay, I say that several times because it's very important for you to memorize and remember those three words. A point. A point indicates a position or location in space. Okay, so we can use that by looking at like a coordinate plane. Okay, if we look at the coordinate plane, we can see that it's just a small point in the space. We name it by a single capital letter. Okay, so that single capital letter will indicate it right there. We can also, once we get into more coordinate geometry, we can name those points by actual coordinates or ordered pairs. Okay, where -4 is your x value and -3 would be your y value. So I'm going to go ahead and just list those because we'll get into those also later. Next is a line, is another one of our undefined terms, okay? They are made up of an endless number of points, okay? You have to have at least 2 points to make a line, okay? So we have A and B, but also listed on this line are an endless number of other points, because no matter what, I can keep zooming in and I can keep making points, okay? And then they do form a straight line. Okay, we can name this as line. Okay, the line symbol is 2 arrows like this, and then the 2 capital letters that it connects. Okay, or you can also name it, if you have like a little kind of cursive letter out here to the side, you can also just call it line D. All right, moving on. Here are 2 other types of lines. We have a line segment, and then we also have a ray. A line segment is a part of a line, okay? A line will continue on forever, but a line segment will stop, okay? It stops at its endpoints. And then we name a line segment just a straight line and the 2 capital letters underneath it. The next one that we have is a ray. Okay, a ray is a part of a line that begins from an endpoint, so it has a nice little endpoint here. Okay, and then it continues on in one direction, so it has an arrow indicating it's going to keep going. Then we name it by putting the one direction arrow, not both directions, and then the 2 capital letters that talk about it, okay, that represent it. Moving on. Now we have some other terms we need to talk about here. We have collinear points, and if you look, we have line in the word. Okay, so collinear means that they lie on the same line. So if we were to ask you in line AB or line AC, however you want to call it, which points are collinear? Well, the ones that all land on that line. A, B, and C. Okay, then we have something called non-collinear. So it's points that don't land on a line. Okay, that would be like point D, E, and F. Okay, those are not on line A, B, C. Then if you see the example, it says points A, C, and E are not collinear. Okay. A and C would be, but E would not be in that same line, okay, because you would have to go up and down to connect them. So those points are not collinear. Other items that would not be collinear would be like D, B, and E, okay? Those are non-collinear points. Next, we have a plane. A plane is another one of our undefined terms. It is all of the points that lie on a flat surface, okay, which is anything. So if you're looking at like a desktop, okay, any point on that would be considered a point on that plane. So if I drew the plane as like a rectangle right here, we can name it as plane ABC. You have to have 3 points, so like indicating right here. Okay, or plane Q. You can look at this little point and just straight up call it plane, and then by the capital letter that it is, plane Q. Coplanar points, which means they lie on the same plane, would be A, B, C. They all lie in the same plane. Okay, coplanar means they're all in the same plane, but if I had D out here, okay, D would be a non-coplanar point. There you go. Okay, if we had point D lying out here, it would be a non-coplanar point. All right, so that wraps up lesson 1.02, and we'll send you another link for lesson video 1.03. Have a good day.